All right. We're going to take a moment in our day to come back to ourselves, to come back to this moment and to recognize the cycles of life. So, in this moment, without changing, observe your breath as it travels from the nostrils into the belly. With curiosity, notice the qualities of the breath, again, without changing, just noticing. Explore the sensation around the breath in the body, perhaps the muscles, the ribs, the fat tissue, or the skin. Notice that by noticing, we perform an act of labeling the sensation. Who is doing the labeling? Who is doing the noticing? The sensations exist. The breath occurs on its own. But who is noticing? Notice the desire to label. Perhaps we call this the witness, higher self, all that is, pure consciousness. Perhaps noticing that the label itself doesn't really matter. Just remembering that there is an awareness beyond the physical body, beyond control, that witnesses all of it. And now I'd like you to come back to noticing the breath and notice what shifts when I notice my breath. And now just let go of the noticing of the breath and those shifts and start to, if you will, invite in some softness, perhaps beginning in the forehead. Invite your eyeballs to rest just a little bit more into their sockets. Invite your jaw to separate and the tongue to fall into the base of the mouth. Invite the shoulders to roll back, lifting the chest ever so slightly. Invite a settling of the weight of the body into that bowl of the hips. Invite awareness into the root at the perineum, connected to the surface beneath you. Invite awareness to this root. And become aware of the column that connects you from this root all the way to the crown of the head, perhaps tucking the chin just to sense that column, the strength of the spine. And just notice the ease at which the body was designed to hold itself when we engage the structure more fully. And here we'll use our imagination to follow that column that holds us effortlessly. Now we'll run that column, and we'll think of that column as energy itself, running the energy from the crown of the head down like liquid gold, like honey, down into the base of the spine. And as though it's growing roots or pathways for that honey to flow, flowing now through the surface that you're sitting on and through the earth's crust, through the rocks and the petrified bones, through oil, crystal, pressurized diamonds, all the way through to the core of the earth, just wrapping around those tendrils like a snug little tug. Can you feel the energy running to the center of the earth, warming and rising back up through the roots, through the pelvis, the sacrum, belly, through the rib cage, heart and lungs, through the neck, the whole head. And now allowing that energetic column to draw that warm, honey-like golden energy upwards through the atmosphere, through the different layers, into the universe, into the galaxies. Connecting here to the many stars, becoming aware of that column of energy in which your body is tethered and balanced between heaven and the earth, from the lightness and the density. Here you are, suspended and held with ease between the all that is beyond our imagination and the finite that gives us earth and containment. Here we are with a body that will at one point face the end of its life. In that same body is a soul that has lived many, many lives. And here we house wisdom, experience, impressions. We tether to the language and the experiences of the ancestors. Here, our sense of individual life, individual mission connects also to spirit animals, spirit guides, yes, and to the intelligences of all of the elements. That while we seem like one body, we're really a home for a village. And everything gets to have a home. How will you place these elements and guides and ancestors today? What kind of home will you give them? And now, however you can clearly see you've given a home, trust that they have a home within you and that your acknowledgement and appreciation of them is a home. Coming back to your body, notice your breath again. Notice the qualities of the breath. Here we'll tune into the individual self, the self that has goals and choices, challenges and growth opportunities, the self that has triumphs, relationships. And this self is on a beautiful journey to discover the purpose, the mission, primarily of what it is to be fully me. And then how to turn that awareness of being fully me into a gift for others. And that each time we remember we're on this mission and that we are a village inside one story, we remember that we have the power to guide our action with intention. And intention focuses our energy and our attention. If you were to softly tune into an intention for today, such that it arrives in a way of a gentle knowing, or it might be a precise knowing for you today. When you've located it, let's seal the deal with 3 cleansing audible breaths, knowing that your intention will be planted, will be held, and supported by all that support you. Taking your time with your intention is one way to approach it. Another way that might work on this day is to remember that this intention will live as long as you choose, and then you can choose a different one. So there's no wrong or perfect. And now we become aware of the field that we occupy and that we charge with our intention, with our energy, and with our awareness. I want you to become aware of the heart. Maybe you picture the heart as the organ, a throne, a house, or something else like light or a sensation. But here we'll focus on the center that meets the heaven and the earth at a midpoint. And this point is energetically the most powerful point that we embody. I'd invite you to imagine expanding the heart center in all directions, inside the body, and breathe into that space such that it expands outside the body like a bubble. Breathe into the bubble. Watch it expand. Choose the size that suits your sense of freedom and your sense of containment. Find your sweet spot. Allow your bubble to take the color and the texture that feels right for you, protective and yet permeable. Breathe your intention into this space. Picture your body suspended between heaven and earth, at ease and powerful. In this space, we are aware of and embodying that we are a creator of reality, a creator through intention, emotion, and action. What will I create? Creation is a part of a cycle. Sometimes we think creation is the seed that's flowering, but creation is part of a cycle that includes death and the letting go of what was. There's a shell around the seed that, when it's the right time, when the temperature and the nutrients cue that timing, the shell parts, breaks away, and disintegrates into the earth. That is a type of death that allows for a greater rebirth. There's intelligence in the death, and there's intelligence in what is coming through to expand towards the light. Both are important. Our abundance, our strength, our power, and our authenticity is in the ability to allow and honor the death and to embrace the tendrils, the soft, new, stretching towards the light. In your bubble, you have the capacity to become aware of life and all things as part of this cycle, and you have the power to intend where you'll place your awareness. Take this awareness of your bubble and your power of being a creator in the creative cycle with you today in all your relationship interactions. Start to see nature as reflecting this truth back to you. Become one with nature, with your own nature. And just know you are always supported. Becoming aware of the body and the gravity of the body being supported by the floor. Become aware through the senses of sounds around you. Become aware of any smells. Become aware of texture, perhaps the clothing against your skin. Become aware of the light as it peeks through your eyelashes, as you invite more light in your own timing into your space, into your bubble. Welcome back